News Talk K20 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Make it a preset. 800-288-WBAP is our number. 800-288-9227. Okay, let's hear. We got Trey in Duncanville who wants to chime in on this, plus your call. Talk about Nancy Mace, Republicans, and Republicans saying that we don't want women transgender guys who have penis. They're not women. They say they're women, but it is what it is. Not trying to be mean. But she says we don't want them in our bathrooms in Congress. And I agree. I wouldn't want them in any bathroom that my daughter or my wife is in, nor playing in a sport my daughter's in. I don't want them playing in women's sports. But here's what happens when, first of all, here's AOC is attacking her the other day, and this is great.
So in essence, AOC is saying a couple of things there, that you are endangering all women, and then you want young girls to drop trow or whatever. What's your response to that?
I love living rent-free in AOC's tiny little brain.
And then there is this transgender, this man who says he's a woman, the transgender holding up a flag, a radical transgender protester it's an event. She's on a panel or something, sitting up at the front, on the stage doing an event. And this trans person unfurls a flag and stands up and starts yelling. And listen to what she says. It's great.
But we have a lot of responsibilities, too. Ro and I...
I'm sorry. We're living with that in real time right now.
Ro and I...
This is ridiculous. This is the day after Trans Day of Visibility. We have had dozens of trans people die this year because of the hate and lies that you are spreading. And if we want an internet, are we building an internet with free speech for everyone or just the privileged few? Are you going to stand up to the lives of trans people, black and brown people? Are we fighting for justice? Or are we fighting for big tech?
We respect freedom of speech.
God loves him. I love him, right. But his penis isn't going to be in my bathroom. So, but we have a responsibility.
Yes! Yes! If I was in that crowd, I'd be like, yes! Yes! Woo! And they'd be like, woo! I'd be the only one going, yes! Yes! It's perfect. So don't you love the trans person saying, you're killing trans people? What are you talking about? So if I disagree with you, I'm killing them. Kill! 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 What is this? What is this? And then, speaking of threatening and killing and all this, listen to this. This is a voicemail that was left on her voicemail the other day when she took the stand about saying she doesn't want the transgender guy in Congress coming into her bathroom since he has a penis.
You white trash Nazi mother. Literally, I hope you hear this and kill yourself. I genuinely will pray to God that you kill yourself. You.
That's the love from the trans community. And then here's another. This is Trantifa. Transgender Antifa, and this is from journalist Andy No, who covers these radical leftists and transgender and LGBTQ, the radical ones. And this is a trans person who is part of Trantifa in Portland who does these radical, crazy, violent things. And this guy who says he's a woman he calls himself Venus Andromeda Boyle, previously known as Joshua Ryan Matthew Boyle, a Portland trans Antifa activist who issued violent death threats to Nancy Mace and J.K. Rowling. You're going to love this, though. I'm going to play I'll play it first, the violent threat. And he's lying on his bed with his, he's got a female appearance and long nails and everything, and he's not lying on his bed and then issues these death threats, smiling and talking about, just listen to this, it's wild. Here we go.
This video goes out to Congresswoman Nancy Mace. Congresswoman Nancy Mace, I hope that one day I do find you in that woman's bathroom and I grab your ratty looking hair and drag your face down to the floor while I repeatedly bash it in until the blood's everywhere and you're dead. Thank you. I hope that Nancy Mace receives this message well. Kisses.
So would you like your daughter or your son, I'm not sure what his sexual preference is, but would you like your daughter or son to bring that guy home and say, hey, here's my new boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever it would? Hi. Please don't kill me. Hey, did you know I pack at all times? Which I do. Hi. Yeah, I'd be open carrying around this guy. Oh my gosh, is that a gun? Oh my gosh, what are you? I'm not comfortable right. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, if you try to kill me, at least I can protect myself. All right, take care. Anyways, wow, huh? So here's what you're gonna love. This guy is on a Pride Foundation scholarship. So this is who the Pride Foundation says is a worthy scholar of being paid for school. So this guy is a Pride Foundation scholar at Portland State University. Are you surprised? Yes. Can you imagine being so comfortable that your face is on a video openly on social media saying, I'm going to kill you and beat you and blood will be everywhere? And thinking that somehow would be okay. How demented. And it has nothing to do with being transgender. I'm not trying to say everybody that's transgender is demented. I'm not trying to, don't hear what I'm not saying. You know my values, you know my things. I'm just saying this. Imagine being so mentally ill and mentally violent and radical terrorist that you look at the camera and on your social media feed to the world and say, I'm going to kill you. And I can't wait to just beat you into the wall and into the sink and watch blood everywhere. Well, this mentally ill, violent, threatening criminal terrorist tried to hide everything after he did this. He changed his screen name. He locked down his account. He's been scrubbing his online footprint, and reports today. But following an investigation, this journalist can report the person who made the threats is, and then he shared all the stuff. And 24-year-old, But I wonder what the Pride Foundation thinks. Are they going to stand by this wonderful man? This guy protecting trans rights? After all, by Nancy Mace standing strong for not wanting a penis in the bathroom, she's supposedly killing people. But how does this work? Let's write a book for this for dummies, okay? Transgender bathroom stuff for dummies. Step 1, penis in bathroom, no. Step 2, ? Step 3, killing transgender people. How does that work? Or I'll just put step 1 is I'm against transgender people being in my bathroom while I'm in there. Step 2 is ? Step 3 is they're all dead. You killed them somehow, right? How does that work? How do they die by you disagreeing with them and not wanting them in your bathroom? How are you killing them? Can somebody explain that to me? It makes no sense. And at the same time, you're getting told to be your death threats and I'm going to kill you and hope you die and I'm praying for you to die. And those are just a couple of them, but she releases them as they come, or at least some of them. All right, Trey in Duncanville. Hello, WBAP.
Yes, I think the best way to solve this situation is just have unisex restrooms. Because me personally, I agree with women. They don't want some men in their restroom when they're vulnerable in that situation. But on the same token, I'm a man. I don't want some woman or someone who's dressed like a woman in the restroom with me when I'm in a vulnerable situation. Yeah, so I have my rights too.
I see what you're saying. So you basically want a unisex restroom at places. That way they can go in there.
Yes, and that way they won't offend anybody.
It doesn't bother me if there's a unisex restroom, as long as I'm not paying for an extra bathroom everywhere. You know what I mean? I don't care if that's what goes on, right?
Well, I can see your point of view, but I just don't want transgenders sharing the same bathroom with me. I feel very uncomfortable. So
well, I do too. You said you understand my point of view. My point of view is yours.
Right, but I'm saying I don't like paying extra, but I don't.
That's what I said. I don't want to pay extra either. Yeah. I mean, if they pay for it out of their own pocket, I say, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, but I was going to say, if that's what it takes to keep them out of the restroom, if we have to pay extra, then so be it. I just don't want them in the same restroom with me while I'm in a vulnerable situation.
What if it's
extra money? So be it.
Well, here's where I'm just thinking. This is just a hypothetical or whatever. Actually, it's not, right? Because imagine, what if it's a very high cost to have it? Because if you do it, it's got to be in every single building everywhere or something. I don't know. And it means tons of money, tons of money. You still okay with it? Yes,
because my personal private safety in a situation like that is priceless, yes.
So you can't be bought off to have a man with a hoo-ha coming in there, lifting up the skirt, taking a number one, No matter how much money you'll pay at all costs.
That's right.
Okay.
My personal
it's all good.
is priceless.
I'm just. Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, shh. It's okay. All right. I'm just throwing out some hypothetical. We're doing spitballing here. Okay. I hate that term. It's gross. Did you know that your son or daughter may be able to go for free to if they're planning on going to a UT system school next semester? Did you know that not in spring, fall of next year? I repeat this because I literally did not believe this when I saw this. And I'm going to tell you this, though. Listen, supposedly, many folks in Texas who send their kids next fall, the fall of 2025, to one of the UT school systems. There's Arlington, right? There's Dallas. I don't think there's any other ones in North Texas, right? There's UT Arlington, UTD. I don't think there's any other one because UNT is not part of the UT system. So UT Arlington, UT Dallas, or UT Austin, right? UTSA in San Antonio. You got UTEP, and you got UT in the Permian Basin, I think. And then there's got to be one in East Texas and one in West Texas, I'm guessing. You'll look them up, right? You'll get the 10 for me, right? That's producer Garrett, too. But you have a very good chance of your child going for free next fall. You got them? You want to read them now or when we come back? It's up to you. But go ahead. UTA, Austin, UTD, UTEP Permian Basin, right? That's UT Rio Grande Valley. That's the one I didn't get, RGV. UTSA, and UT Tyler. I thought there was 10 of them. There's 2. Sir, you're missing 2. Is it 2 health institutions? That's it. UT Southwestern. That's here. UTMB Galveston. UT Health Houston. Okay, you know what the UTSA and health, those might be not part of the because it's maybe anyways 10 whatever it is. There's 10 of them. Your son or daughter has a good chance of going for free next fall. I will tell you why and how coming up next. And there's opposition to this from a conservative lawmaker here in North Texas. Interestingly, we'll tell you about that and how this is happening and what's going on and how it could be your child and what we're talking about here. Coming up next, and whether you agree with it after you hear what's going on next on the Chris Crock Show at 10:20 on News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3. You can make I don't know what the exact amount is, and it depends on what your write-off stuff is and everything, and you know what I mean, but in your deductible, whatever this, that. Anyways, not deductible, but deductions, okay? But you can make 110, maybe even 120,000. I'm just throwing out some numbers. I don't know exactly, but my sponsor and CPA and friend from IRSprob.com, Randy Martin, could answer that too. But he'd probably say I have to look at each person's taxes. Basically, if your adjusted gross income is below $100,000, then you will get free tuition starting in the fall, and that means you're obviously if you're a student like my kids or your kids. If your adjusted gross income is under $100,000, you're getting free tuition if they're a UT student at one of the UT system schools. And I read in one of the many versions of this story, I just don't know if it's all of them. Well, I mean, it is all of them. I just don't know if it includes. Now we counted up a whole bunch, but UT system. And here's what it is. It is an endowment, and it's part of what's called the Promise Plus program. It already existed. It was, I think it was if your adjusted gross income was under 80 or something. I don't know. Now it's here. 65,000 or less is what it used to be. Now it is 100,000 or less in gross income. So that would include a lot of people will get free tuition if they're at a UT school. one of the many UT schools. We have 2 here in North Texas. And so you have conservatives, some of them, not all, some complaining and really irate about this. State Representative Brian Harrison from Midlothian, he says it's an abuse of power that makes Texas higher education more socialist than California, unswayed by the fact that this will be funded by university endowments. Money is fungible. That doesn't satisfy me in the slightest. The UT system chancellor says this is a game changer that will make enormous real difference to improve college access to all Texans. Harris and some like-minded colleagues have compared it to President Joe Biden's giveaway. There must be consequences, he said on Twitter. UT's budget must be cut. Bureaucrats should be fired. 10, mostly lawmakers, most of them incoming freshmen, Republicans, are very much against this. What specific statutory authority do they have? The UT spokesperson says it's not funded through taxes or any kind of public subsidy. It's funded through an existing UT system endowment. So if there's no tax dollars involved, if it's an endowment, and I had to double check exactly, I obviously know what an endowment is, but I wanted to just look at the definition and this and that. So they have money that is donated or raised, you know what I mean, and it's not tax dollars, and the endowment is funded by itself. And so whatever the excess is in these investments with this massive endowment, they use towards this program. So is it even legal to do what Harrison's saying? Is it even legal to use it to fund teachers' salaries? It might be illegal. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, can you even use an endowment to pay salaries at a school? To take it as a budget? I mean, if it's been donated, can you? I mean, I don't even know if that's even legal. I don't know. But I want to ask you if you think this is okay, if you're cool with this. And, look, are you okay, was the question, with any family earning under $100K adjusted gross income getting free tuition in the UT system for their son or daughter, as long as it's not being paid for by tax dollars? 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. I honestly cannot imagine why somebody would be against this. I'll give you more information from the people that are opposing it. I think they're whizzing in Cheerios, and I think this is a great idea. I don't see why. Maybe I can be changed my mind by somebody, but I don't see how this could be possibly bad. 800-288-WBAP. My gosh, what's wrong with this? Socialism, not if it's from donations, right? 800-288-9227 is our number, 800-288-WBAP. Again, maybe you disagree. We'll get into that coming up next. And then boarding before your group is called. They're cracking down on that. We're going to talk about what are the most frustrating things people do in boarding, deplaning, or just being on flights. 800-288-WBAP, all that next on the Chris Crock Show at 33 after the hour on News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3. Why would you be against this? So I'm just sitting here going, what? Okay, first of all, I was like, is this real? Like, is it actually what I'm reading? Yes, if your adjusted gross income, after you do your taxes, whatever your amount is that you actually made that year, under the not the total, but the adjusted gross income, okay, which is much lower typically than what you have been paid in total. If you make under $100,000. Adjusted, then you will get free. Your child will get free tuition at any of the UT schools, UT Arlington, UT Dallas, UT, the flagship, or UT Permian Basin, et cetera, et cetera. Stephen F. Austin is part of the thing. I would just make sure you have your kid call the financial aid office before you assume anything. But although I am on the radio, which means I'm pretty accomplished. This is brain surgery. This is rocket science. But you got this conservative guy, State Representative Brian Harrison, Midlothian, against it. It's an abuse of power. It makes Texas higher education even more socialist than California. And he's like, hey, he's being told, look, it's from university endowments. It's not taxpayers' money. Money is fungible, so it doesn't satisfy me in the slightest. Dude, if the money is donated and is there to help pay for people for tuition, how are you against it? Does he not even, he might know more than me. I'm not saying I don't know more than him. I certainly don't. I'm not claiming to. But can you even legally take the money from an endowment and put it towards something that would pay a salary or, in the school? I don't even know if it's legal. What you could, obviously there's legal things where you can only use it for this or that, right? So I don't understand how this is socialist, how this is bad. He does say too that like it's him and 10 other mostly freshman Republican lawmakers that are objecting to this, and they sent a letter demanding a list of questions, including the price tag of the expansion and the source of that money. What specific authority do the regents rely on? It was the UT regents that made this decision. And they're picked by Governor Abbott. I believe they're handpicked by Governor Abbott. And if it wasn't Governor Abbott that picked them, then it was Governor Perry or Governor Bush. I don't know how long they've been on the board for, but it's been a Republican that's picked them. So it's not like there's a bunch of socialists on the board of regents, from my understanding. He says, what specific statutory authority did the regents do to make a decision like this consequential, that'll have direct financial consequences for our institutions, many of them already struggling to put gas, our constituents struggling to put gas in their tanks and food on their tables? Is he suggesting that we take endowments and just give them to the people of Texas like their taxes or something? I don't understand what he's... I don't follow his logic at all. Maybe you can explain it for me. The UT spokesperson says it's not funded through taxes or any public subsidy. It's funded through existing UT system endowments. Harrison says, State Representative Republican Harrison says, the university system is being contradictory by simultaneously saying it has enough money to offer tuition-free education, but also that a tuition freeze, because Governor Abbott said for, I think, a third year in a row, he's freezing the UT system tuition. You can't raise it, which is good. But they're saying we don't have enough money to have another freeze this year. We're cash-strapped without more money from the legislature, but yet we've got enough money to give away here. He says, I guarantee you they're going to be requesting more tax money from Texas legislature next session. Okay, well, that might be a battle to have, too, but I don't even know if you can legally do that, take it away from there. So I'm like, I don't understand why he's freaking out about this. I don't have a problem with it, do you? 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. I love seeing this. I don't think it's socialism. He's comparing it to the Biden giveaways in the college. This is not a Biden giveaway if it's a freaking endowment. Okay. 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. Now, I want to add something here. American Airlines expanding crackdowns on frustrating travel habit to more than 100 airports. American Airlines has expanded, the Daily Mail reports, a new technology to over 100 airports prevents line jumpers, it prevents them from boarding before their group is called. Do you mean to tell me every time you and I are called up for the American Airlines group up until this point, that every time we're called up and said group 1 now boarding or group 5 now boarding, and I sit there and I wait 20 minutes or whatever, which is fine because it's my group called. Are you telling me that people are jumping in the line all the time and not getting caught? Don't they, when you go through, you know how this works? We've all done this. You go through, you have to have your ID, right? Your license, because it's racist to have a license, but nonetheless, to have to show ID, right? I'm mocking the Democrats. They say it's racist to have voter ID or whatever. So how's it racist to get on a plane and have to show an ID, right? Joke, sidebar. Okay. You got to show your ID and you got to have your ticket, right? Whether you can scan it on your phone or you have the hard copy of the ticket, right? Or you printed it out. And so when you scan it, it goes deep, and they go, okay, you can go. You know what I mean? You can't just walk in. So you mean to tell me when they're going deep and they scan us, they're not checking if we're in the right group? They just assume up until this point? Are you serious? And so now that they've been doing this, they're catching people that they're in group 5 or something. I'm just making this up. They're in group 5, and they're like trying to go through in group 1 or 2. What a jerk, huh? What a freaking jerk to do that. Do you like... those people must like illegals. Cut in line. Go ahead. Cheat, steal, lie. Well, she's gonna kiss my butt. You entitled bleep. Now, some of the comments on this from people said that... they saw it in a new testing phase before it has gone out everywhere. They said it was great. I saw 5 people get punted out of line for trying to board before their group was called. About time, that person says. Another one says, about time. This should have been done and enforced decades ago. It isn't that hard. Exactly. What is this? Another one says, this is the best news I've heard all month. Seriously, everyone has got to get onto a plane somewhere important to be. So maybe also they will put a stop to the people that stow their bags in the front when they have a seat at the back of the plane. I can't stand those jerks. I hate those people. What's wrong with you? You're the people. I'm watching the new iteration. There's like The Walking Dead. I watched that whole 11. I was like birthing a baby. I watched 11 seasons with my. And now we watched the one in Europe. There's only 6 episodes on Daryl Dixon goes to Europe. And then we watched those. And then now we're watching Fear the Walking Dead, which is another spin-off of it. And you're seeing the people when the apocalypse happens, the people that are evil and bad and that steal, rob, lie, and cheat and kill people to get stuff out of them, and the people that are working together to say, I want to live, let's work together. You're seeing humanity laid bare. And this reminds me of that. Because if you would, and you can laugh at me all you want, but if you would literally stow your crap at the front of the plane and you're at the back, you're a jerk. You're one of those people that would do bad things to folks if the resources shrink to nothing. I swear to you, I would not do that. Why would you cut in line like that? Why would you do it? Because you're a selfish bleep. That's right. So you're the people that do the bad stuff if the apocalypse happens. You're the jerk that, remember we had that fake gas, we were running out of gas that one time because all the stupid, ignorant idiots heard there was going to be a gas shortage, which there wasn't. But when everybody starts believing there's going to be a gas shortage, if you show up and start buying the gas, you create a gas shortage. And that's what happened here in DFW that one weekend. Remember that? And it was at Costco. I will never stop mentioning this to you. Costco in North Dallas, some idiot punched somebody out in the line, and it was for nothing. Because after the weekend, a day or two later, the gas was fine. You freaking jerks that got in line like that and panicked, you guys did that. Now, you know what? Maybe I'm indicting myself, all of us. Maybe this is humanity. Maybe I'm just indicting humanity. So be it. Whatever. Shopping carts. You look at the shopping carts. You want to look at what humanity's like? Look at the shopping carts in the parking lot. Look at the jerk that leaves it out there. Look at the jerk that leaves it for the wind to blow it and hit somebody's side of their car. Those are jerks. Put the freaking cart back. Put the cart back. There's these idiots that go around with a Facebook video catching people doing that. I love that. And people get violent. Some of them gotten violent and chased after them in the videos. So you won't put your cart back, and then when you're caught with some dork on YouTube or something, you go and chase after them and get violent with them. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't talk. I'm going too fast. Ladies and gentlemen, behold humanity. 800-288-WBAP is our number. 800-288-9227. I have questions on this. What are the most frustrating things that people do when boarding, deplaning, or on the flight? I've got a couple more I want to share with you that really bother me. I want to hear from you too. 800-288-WBAP is our number. Lines wide open. Chime in right now. That's coming up next at 48 after the hour on News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3. News Talk 820 WBAP now on FM at 93.3. Make it a preset. 800-288-9227. That's 800-288-WBAP. Coming up in a minute, you're not going to believe what somebody paid for a supposed art. It involved duct tape and a banana. I can't say what I was telling you off the air, can I? No, I probably should. There's a story that we talked about earlier that could play into that, but we're not going to do it. Nope, not going to do it. Shame on you. Shame on all of you, but not me. 800-288-WBAP is our number. 800-288-9227. What else bothers me on the airlines? Not just the people cheating when the boarding groups are being called and you get in line. You know what else bothers me? How about all these people that cluster 20 or 30 or 40 of them right where we're supposed to line up when our boarding group is called? You know those people? There's people that sit there. You know how the airline says, okay, next boarding group 2, you're up. I go over there to get in line, and there's 20 or 30 people standing there that aren't in my group. Wait, get out of here. Go. What are you doing here? I was over there sitting, and I waited for my group to be called, and you're standing here like a stupid cow in line. Get out of my way. What are you doing? Why are you standing where I'm supposed to come stand? Do you see, I was called to come up, and you're standing there. Get out of here. Go to the bathroom. Sit your bleep down, right? Fair enough? Come on. All right, thank you. I'm getting this off my chest. What are the most frustrating things people do in boarding, deplaning, or on the flight? Big carry-ons. How about these people, these massive carry-ons? What is this? Check it in. I thought it was supposed to fit in there. Have you seen somebody bring a big instrument? Like, what? There's an instrument that's going like on a diagonal. It's taking up almost the whole thing. So people don't have room for their luggage. I wonder why. Because some idiot brought an oboe up there or whatever it is. What are you doing? Check the freaking thing out. Get out of here. Are you going to play it on the flight? No, then get it underneath the belly. Get out of here. Next, what else have I? Okay, hold on. Excuse me. Dizzy Gillespie over here. Get out of here. Get out of here. It's an oboe. It's whatever. I don't know. Who cares anymore? Get it out of here. I'm going to beat you over the head with it. How's that? Sir, it's not an oboe. Shut up. Beat him over the head with it. Okay. And then how about these idiots that get up and stand in the aisle when the plane has stopped and you can take your seatbelt off? Excuse me, what are you doing? How about when they get up and they're in front of you and they're supposed to be behind you? What are you doing? The people are clapping when the plane lands. Those are the view watchers. They clap when the plane lands. Yeah, I know. I've seen that. What are they doing? Of course the plane landed. What do you boo when we crash? Do you boo when we hit the water? Boo! I'll beat your bleep. Either way. Shut up and sit down. How's that? There's a captain speaking. Shut up and sit down. Hey, you with the oboe. Sit down. I should do the warm-up back for comedian Lewis Black on Sunday night when he's coming here. I get booed off the stage. Oh, wait. Okay. We'll just stop right there because a banana. Some idiot paid $6.2 million for a banana. Duct tape banana artwork sells for $6.2 million in New York City. I saw a picture of this guy. I'm like, you're supposed to be an artist? I mean, he looked like any person sitting there. Do you know that he came and he ate the banana at some point? Somebody came and ate the banana while it was on display. I don't know if it was the artist. I don't think it was. And then what do you do when the stupid banana gets stale? Or what do you call stale? Gets, what is it called? Spoiled or whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever. When it sits out too long, it looks all brown. He comes and replaces it every year or two or something. What? I mean, this is terrible. $6.2 million for a banana, 4 times higher than the pre-sale estimates. It is literally a banana. Duct tape on a wall. How long did it take him to come up with this idea? How long did it take him to put the banana up? How did he put the banana? How did he put the tape up on there? What angle did he do? Did he use one of those laser things to figure it out? In the coming days, I will personally eat the banana as part of this unique artistic experience. Wait a minute. This is the guy that bought it? Oh, my gosh. Chinese cryptocurrency entrepreneur Justin Sun should probably be taken out and taken to pasture for doing this. In the coming days, I will personally eat the banana as part of this unique artistic experience, he was quoted as saying. Well, don't wait too long. You might get sick, and then you'll have a really unique experience out of the other end. All right. I'm being told I have to leave. I'm just dwelling on this banana.